All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom unto the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom unto you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Visiting the world which he made. So, as you see, it's a U.S. lead the world in costs from 2025 disasters. All of this proves prophecy. All of this is showing you that the Lord is on his way. And as I want to title this video, Visiting the World which he made. But let's get into it.
The number itself is dramatic. 200 storm reports here in the U.S. over the span of just 24 hours. And then there's the video. Entire homes in South Dakota torn to shreds by a brutal possible tornado. Neighborhood streets cut off in Minneapolis after dangerous winds knocked over massive trees. And further south, farmers on alert for more torrential rain after fields flooded out, spoiling corn and soybean crops. That damage, again, just from the last 24 hours. Further proof of America's unfortunate new title. The U.S. is now the #1 destination in the world for destructive climate disasters. 70% of damage from global disasters so far in 2025 have happened in the U.S.
So you got to ask yourself why? Why is it so prevalent in the United States? Well, number one, the Lord called this place the abomination.
Costing us more than $93 billion. Just the number.
So the Lord called us the abomination of the earth. So the Lord is judging this place just for its wickedness, you know? And all these storms, all these things is happening in Babylon the Great, as the video just iterated. So it says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of all harlots and the abominations of the earth. So this is the place where wickedness have been spread from. All right. And the Lord is going to make this place an example. And he's already doing it. And I want to say this too, because a lot of things are happening. That's why I'm grateful that, you know, the men and women who believe, you know, the Lord bless us to see these things. But, you know, the people that's in the world, like say if you don't live in a city where these storms and earthquakes and floods, flash floods is happening, you know, you just living your life. You know, you just, you know, continue to do what you do on a day-to-day basis. See, the time is approaching where these things are going to start affecting you. And I'm speaking to whoever this applied to. Because a lot of people think that, you know, we just see videos and we just speak on it. But we are able to filter it through the scriptures because the Lord deals with signs. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. I was going to save it. So it says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works. So these storms are powerful works. These earthquakes is powerful works. These flash floods, all right? All of this weather. Because remember, the wicked is the Lord's sword. We heard about the technology that Esau have to manipulate the weather, but the Lord said that I am the one, okay? I am the one that matter of fact, I'm gonna get that next. So it says, even so the times that also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So these are things that you can see. But the scripture says in Zephaniah 3:5 that the just Lord is in the midst of every morning he bring his judgment to light. But the unjust knoweth no shame. Okay, so the unjust don't recognize that, you know, that these judgments is actually coming from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. See, the people of the world will call it Mother Nature, okay, or they're associated with Satan, especially Christians. Anything that bad happens, Satan did it. But the Lord said, if anything evil happened in the city, he done it. All right. So what I said I was gonna get, I forgot. Hold on. I don't remember. But anyways, Lord willing, I'll come back. So remember, it talks about the weather, right? It said, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They say nothing about Satan. They say nothing about Mother Nature. All right. The Allahayim. Okay. The Father. He the one that go and send out his angels to do the works. Okay. And he got evil angels, as it say in Psalm 78 and 49, if you don't believe me. When you read that account in that chapter, it's going into the things that he did in Egypt. And he said that he sent evil angels among them. What's another word for evil angel? A demon. Okay. The Lord said he created evil. He created peace. Okay. So that's Isaiah 45 and 7. And it said, they that till the ground shall mourn. Because the farmers been mourning. They've been trying to get the farmers out of here. That's why Billy G own all the farmland. Okay. And then for them to continue to keep farming, they got to use their seeds. And that's where you get all these GMOs from, man. Like the food that we eat ain't nothing real. That's why we call it the best of the worst. So they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell and the fearful consolation. So yeah, that's the Esau, manipulating the weather patterns, man. But you got to understand that
flooded out, spoiling corn and soybean crops. That damage, again, just from the last 24 hours, further proof of America's unfortunate new title.
So the Lord is showing you that he on his way, man. And these are the signs that you are supposed to be looking forward to. And also recognizing, oh, yeah, why is this so, why is this happening in the United States? Like, if you go do a Google search right now and ask, where majority of tornadoes happen and just so-called natural disasters happen, it's going to be America. When do you ever hear about natural disasters anywhere else for the most part? It just start happening because the Lord said, matter of fact, let's get that. These are signs on his return. So it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when you see it's the part of the signs past, these are the part of the signs, man, which I have told you before. Then you should understand that in the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, the title of the video. Then for when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people. How many protests have we seen? We just going to start from 2020 to 2025. How many protests have you seen? How many protests is still going on? Do you understand that every protest is not on the news? We come across them because we are watchmen. But they always have a damn protest about something. Even if it's teachers going on strike, the waste management, the people who who collect the trash, they going on strike. All right. You had a couple protests against Trump, trying to get Trump out of here. So these things are not small. And the reason that people count them as small, because like I said, life still goes on. One thing happened, then it go away, then another thing happened. But that's why the Lord said he gonna come as a thief in the night. Because there is a day where the Lord is going to return. and you're going to be caught up in the midst of it. That's why he said, shall he find faith on the earth when he returns? That scripture right there, I always meditate on that scripture because I understand what the Lord is saying. Obviously, the Lord is saying, listen, it's going to get real, real bad out here, to the point that, hey, the scriptures also said in Matthew 24:24 that if it was possible, they'd be able to see the very elect. So the Lord is going to try us, man. Now, of course, if you're part of the elect, you're going to endure it. But nobody knows who is that until due time. Even though you can tell who may be a good candidate, but it's all about enduring to the end. And that's why even Yahushua saying those who endure to the end let you know that it's not easy. So should he find faith on the earth when he return? I think about that all the time. Because the Lord said that we are not asleep as others. So we see the signs. But Yahushua said, since you have kept the words of my patience, I will also keep you in our temptation. But think about that. Just like the scripture that I always quote, he gonna have to shorten the days, and if you don't shorten the days, there'll be no flesh saved. You got to understand what these scriptures are saying. But only certain people are going to actually take heed. So it said, then shall you well understand that the Most High spoke of those things from the days that were before you, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right. So these things is happening. These storms, the Lord said he's going to visit you. So let's get that. You shall be visited of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise in the storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. How many times have we been seeing forest fires, especially in LA? The wildfires, man. Fire is everywhere. It was one point in time, I think it was 2023, it was a lot of fires happening, which is a sign. But like I said, when these things don't affect you personally, you think that you are in good shape and you're not. It's just that certain people have to go through judgments. But don't think that judgment going to escape you. And when the Lord do something, yes, he is showing his judgment, but the unjust know of no shame, as the scripture says. Another scripture. Now, the Lord was talking about sending the Assyrian, against Ephraim. But the scriptures is twofold. Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one. That's talking about the Assyrian, which as a tempest of hail in a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. So the Lord, he brings plagues upon the earth that people are able to identify, but the only ones who's going to identify is the men and women who believe. So I'm going to end it on this, just to highlight the fact that the Lord is not playing, man. The Lord is not playing, and these things will start to affect you. All the people that's in these cities, like we just had a flash flood from like Texas to like I can't remember. So much stuff going on, but it was like a couple weeks ago. Texas got flooded out. A couple of southern states got flooded out. We just watched in this Minnesota, Omaha. Like it's a lot going on. So it says, behold, the Lord will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So that's the end game. So right now, the Lord, he's been visiting this place. He visited with his mouth first. I will consume you with the spirit of my mouth, the industry with the brightness of his coming. So it's going to be more to come. But just to show you that the Lord is about to visit the world which he made. So you better seek ye out the Lord while he may be found. And Shalom.